Well, the South is famous for its hospitality and making guests feel welcome, and that starts at the front door. So today, designer Jackie Glass shows us how she decorated the front entry of her home to be both practical and pretty.
We all know that the front entrance hall is the introduction to the style of your home. It's really an important room. Now, the before of my space, there was a full floor-to-ceiling wall here in brown, and the area I'm stepping into now was a full bath, tub, sinks, cabinets, the whole thing. It was right in the center of the house. We got rid of all that and really opened it up. Now, I love hallways, and there's some really great essentials for halls. First of all, you should always have a surface that you can drop your keys, your purse, your stuff. And you should also have a place to sit for taking off and putting on boots and shoes. So in a hallway, I've done just that. Now, something that I always try and do is create a center hall table if I can. So in your own space, take a look and see if you can do it. This rectangular table works beautifully. I have a clear traffic path on either side. And think about your lifestyle. I have 3 dogs who rush the door every time the doorbell rings and friends and family arrive. So it's important to think about, I couldn't do glass or metal. I felt that was too fragile, so a solid wood table really works. I would have preferred my bank of lights and my alarm panel to be moved a little further down towards the door. But like a lot of people, it's there and I'm going to work with it. So I decided to put 2 beautiful pieces of art flanking either side of it. You could consider doing a pretty mirror or 2. Other things to think about to give an entranceway a little bit of pizzazz is a strong wall color or beautiful wallpaper. Now, because my home has an open concept plan, I wanted to create a little bit more of a barrier, so think about something natural. So what I did is I used a beautiful palm, I potted in a very clean lined pot. Again, that creates a nice definition between my entrance hall and the rest of my space.
To just be on the floor, they can actually be on the wall too. So Jackie's here now with us in studio to show us some more. I love the idea of taking your plant matter off the ground and putting it all over the wall, because we're trying to be more in touch with greenery and nature now, and this is a big part of it.
Most definitely. And I took my inspiration from the commercial living walls we see in office spaces. So I thought, well, hey, why don't we recreate mini living walls in our homes?
We have a beautiful inspiration pick. Like, if you're not able to picture what a living wall looks like, this is actually a bathroom. You could picture it being in a master bedroom, and that entire wall is
just greens.
It's gorgeous.
And when you're doing a lot of so the most important thing is to remember that it's not just for the modern space. I have actually done homes where living walls and running troughs outside of the home, like a really sustainable home with a huge nod to the environment, playing into that mid-century modern and all of that, definitely is part of this living wall kind of trend.
Yes.
But in your own home, it can be a transitional or a traditional look and really work really well. So I wanted to start with taking that inspiration image and going to a kind of a mini version of it, just to your right.
Yeah.
And that's from IKEA. And that is faux, but they actually come in those panels. And so you can mount them as many as you want. It's really, really lightweight. I'll just hold it up. You see, it's super, super lightweight. And you can add in, which is what I did with a glue gun, just even some little succulents. Now, this is faux.
Yes.
So this isn't really adding to your air quality, but it's certainly adding visually to the aesthetic of living in a green space.
That is really nice. And that is sort of an easier way to do it. That can be as large or as small as you want it to be in whatever configuration.
Yes, and think of this as sort of also an alternative to artwork. We can definitely have images with botanicals, and that gives us that outdoor feel. Wear a splashy pair of tropical pants, you get that feel too. But the point is that creating an actual living wall in a space can be just fun, and it can be not just limited to a kitchen. It could be in a hallway. How about if you live in an apartment and you have a little balcony? Think about just even getting some trellis wall and attaching some of these living greenery panels. It creates a really great space.
Gorgeous. That's really nice.
Above this is something that I think is really, really cutting edge. This is from a company called Muji. Now, Muji, it was founded in 1980 in Japan, this company, but they came out with these little modular pieces, and you can build them as big as you want, as small as you want, and the most exciting part of it is that it comes with a special alternative soil that's actually made up of polyurethane and organic material. So what it does, this little soil pod comes with this little box. I'm just going to show you. So you've got these little boxes, and you can literally, they're little spongy type things, so you don't have to water them as much. So it absorbs water. You don't get root rot. You don't get really wet, muddy soil, because you're putting it on the wall, remember. There's a little hole at the top that you pour your water in.
Can you just show us that for a second?
Yeah. And then
so
I'm going to turn it to the side, and you can see the water level when you pour it in. So it really makes it easy. Now, obviously, that's hung a little high. You want to make sure that you're able to access it easily when you're watering. But again, watering is done, you know, not even once a week. So it's an amazing way. Now, they come with the little living plants in them, but you can reuse your soil.
Oh, very cool.
So it's a really clever way to create.
So that is not faux.
That is not faux.
Those are real plants coming out of there. How big are they going to grow? Like
as big as lush as they get.
No, I think that's a beautiful idea, and it's probably the plants that you're picking to do this sort of thing are plants that are going to grow properly in a vertical
Yes, and that's what
right?
the soil is important for, because that particular soil, it actually is designed to work with a vertical growth. So that's really important. But remember too, you can also trim off plants.
Yeah, that's true.
Moving on, this is just simply wall art that looks like plants,
that's
and you can see that's from Crate and Barrel. And all we did was simply add in some succulents, which we all know are really, really popular right now.
Absolutely.
Super popular.
Easy as well.
Moving over to IKEA, they came out with, I just love this, they came out with this really great pegboard idea. Again, you can build on it, but you get these, you can buy little hooks, places to put, here's your real herbs. You can put this in a kitchen.
Nice.
Again, you can even have an area for like a gardening book, your tools. So you really have a very compact. So if you've got a little mudroom and you want to create sort of a living wall, again, areas where there's lots of natural light.
Yes.
If you have areas where there isn't, then consider going faux.
Right.
Here I've mixed it. We've got real herbs, so we have a little faux orchid.
Cute.
And it works. And then lastly, I want to just show you, again, from IKEA, it's just a ledge. I love ledges. These are great in hallways. Again, multiples. And you can then create these sort of multiple groupings of whether it's orchids or greenery, and just create that wonderful sense of being in the outdoors when you're not.
I think you'll find that even, I mean, any sort of green that you can add to a space is going to be so much better for your productivity, for your general health if they are real. It's worth it to think about those things. And I've never thought about it in a foyer like that.
Absolutely. And I think you have to think of this as an alternative to wall art, because we're always putting pictures up or mirrors. But this is something that's really fun. And again, there is that nod to nature now. So consider it in an office. Nothing better than having something living around you. Again, it's good for the air, it's good for the oxygen, it's good for you.
Thank you, Jackie.
You're
That's
welcome.
great ways to incorporate it.